Hi, Stephen Hoffman with Princeton Acupuncture and Oriental Medicine, and welcome to Acupuncture Live. So the other day I did a kind of tongue-in-cheek Facebook Live about how acupuncture worked, and I didn't really explain a whole lot about how acupuncture worked. I actually got a comment from somebody who asked how acupuncture worked. They were really interested in it. So here I am to explain a little bit about how acupuncture actually works. So needles, that's what we use in acupuncture. When a needle is inserted in the body reacts to that needle, all right? It doesn't know that this is a single-use, sterile, disposable needle. It reacts as though this is, an infected piece of wood or whatever that's invading the body, and has all kinds of bacteria or viruses on it. So the body marshals an immune response in reaction to being poked with a needle. So that's one effect that the acupuncture has on the body. It invokes an immune response, and the body sends all kinds of immune factors to that area to help heal. The other thing that happens is that blood flow to the area is increased. The body actually increases vascularization. It creates blood vessels in the area to bring more blood to that area. And that's what really heals the body is blood flow. It brings nutrients, building blocks to the area. It removes any of the waste products and things like that from the area. So you can see or understand how if there is an injury, increasing blood flow to that area is going to help. The other thing that happens is that this is not short term. It's not just when the needles are in the body. The body continues to react for 2 to 3 days afterwards to continue the healing process. And this is why acupuncture will have a lasting effect. It's also why we like to see people more often at the beginning of treatment. The treatment frequency is greater at the beginning. If we are treating people once a week, we tend to get an effect where the treatment has an effect, but then it tails off. And by the time you come back in on day 7, say, the effect of the treatment is no longer there, and you're back to square one. So treatment frequency at the beginning is key. The other thing that happens is that the acupuncture, the needles, when we put them in, they impact the fascia of the body. What's the fascia? It's connective tissue. It wraps it wraps muscle fibers. It wraps the muscles themselves. It attaches muscles to bones, muscles to muscles. It wraps our organs. It is even in the brain. And it's continuous. So it runs throughout the body. It's continuous, and it carries electrical signals throughout the body. So you can imagine if there's any rips, tears, scar tissue, things like that, that it's going to affect the flow of electrons throughout the body, and that's what helps the body heal. So in this way, we can influence areas of the body that seemingly have nothing to do with where we put the needles. So if we put a needle in, say, the hand, it can affect the face or the head. The other way that the acupuncture works is we can influence the organs by doing acupuncture on areas above the organs. So say on your back, we're doing acupuncture on areas where the heart is, below where the lungs are, where the kidneys are, so on and so forth. And that increased blood flow that I was talking about before, and the immune factors, we can influence the organs as well, because they're on shared blood supply. So we're not needling so deep that we're going to the organs, but the organs can be affected by the needles. The nervous system is also affected by the needles. So if we're needling along the spine, where the nerves come out of the spine, those nerves wrap around and they innervate the organs. They also, if we may needle the lower back to affect areas on the legs, because the nerves run down the legs. The final piece of this is electro acupuncture, and it's something that I specialize in. And the electro acupuncture is simply taking some clips. Let me grab one of my machines real quick. I'll be right back. I forgot to get set up beforehand. So this is one of the machines. It's an e-stim machine, and these are clips that we connect to the needles. All right, and then we'll run millivolt current through the needles, and what this does is it influences the body to produce specific neurochemicals. So we can target serotonin, we can target gabapentin, epinephrine, norepinephrine, pain-relieving substances, things like that. And we can target specific neurochemicals, and we can target specific areas of the body. So we can get very, very specific with the electroacupuncture, and it allows me to use fewer needles when I'm treating people. So pain-relieving substances. The other thing that the electroacupuncture can do and is very helpful with is with chronic pain conditions. I spoke before about chronic pain conditions not being a good indicator that there is still dysfunction there. So what's happening is the body is sending the brain signals that there is pain in the area, but there's no dysfunction. There's no problem that should be causing those pain signals. And the only way to eliminate that is to retrain the body and the brain. And we can do that with the electric stimulation. We can actually retrain the brain and not have it interpret those signals or have the body stop sending those signals to the brain. And that's how we deal with chronic pain conditions. So I hope that gives you a little bit of a taste of how the acupuncture actually works. And if you're dealing with something you think acupuncture can help with, give us a call. We'll set up a consultation, and I'll let you know what I can do for you. Thanks for your time.